A deep critique on Genshin and WuWa's mediocre story writing. Ooh. 2.0 at the end, when you speak with Fenrico, leaves us with way more questions than answers. So I think like it be complete doesn't really make sense because like we know nothing about Imperator or the Threnodian, the Sentinel Threnodian. There's still lots of open ends. So also like the whole point of why Frolova's doing what they're doing wasn't really addressed to us, really.
But and that would change my opinions. Now, Renacida has improved.
Yeah, that's not a fairly complete storyline at all. It's a storyline with a lot of holes on purpose because they get filled later. I'm already, oh boy. Complete arc? Okay, well that's, to say it's an arc, sure, but like complete storyline, no, that's wrong word.
The game in many ways in general, and I'll be making a 1-year review on the game sometime this month. But in my honest opinion, the story was not one of its improvements. The world of Wuthering Waves takes place on Solaris 3, where the humanoid enigmatic being known as the Rover descends on the planet. They're on a journey to figure out who they are and what their purpose is. A quest for self-actualization, if you will. The primary issue I have with Wuthering Waves' overall story premise is that it's too abstract. The Rover's quest for self-actualization is too vague to have a goal to cling on to. Unlike Genshin's Traveler, whose mission is to reunite with a loved one, is relatable and tangible, finding one's purpose in the world can literally be about anything.
He's not entirely wrong. He's not entirely wrong. It's more or less we get told what to do. Rover is constantly being kind of told what to do, and it's not really coming from him as an MC. It's not coming from him being like, oh, I want to do this thing, this is my goal, this is what I care about. Rover does things because he gets told to do them, and I think we could all agree with that, right? Like that, on that very specific point, Rover does what he's told to do. At no point in the early game does it come from him and his emotions and his goals and aspirations and something that means something to him. It's always because he gets told to do something. No, when he lands, he does, his goal is where the fuck am I, right? So I think we can all agree with that. Okay, here we go. We saved Shorekeeper in 1.3 despite her saying not to. Okay, that's not got anything to do with like the overarching story. That's not got anything to do with the overarching story. This is to do with a story that's been built up throughout 1.3. So that's different, right? Rover, we've had like in 1.3, Rover had the time to talk with Shorekeeper. And in fact, I still have a problem with 1.3, which is why people fucking shat on me a long time ago, right? Because Shorekeeper told us a whole bunch of stuff, like, oh, we're everything, I want to be with you forever. And Rover's response was actually kind of silent a lot of the time until the very end when he saved her, right? A guy with amnesia, you don't really know who this person is, and he didn't really seem to have that much emotion until the very end, which I thought was kind of strange. But I know y'all are gonna argue with me now. Y'all are gonna argue with me.
I don't know what the Rover's end goal is, so it's harder for me to relate to them as a protagonist. Wuthering Waves follows the classic Chosen One trope, where the Rover is portrayed as very powerful, wielding extraordinary abilities. They possess great combative skills and are generally well liked by everyone.
Yeah, because that's a bad take. Go on then. Okay, what about what I said is bad? Okay, if I just had a bad take, please, rather than just say, okay, bad take, you engage some brain cells and we have an intellectual conversation. Clearly, if I have a bad take, you clearly have a better take, right? And you could at least describe what you mean. So are we gonna try? Your take as in you think the MC finding his past trope equals bad. What do you mean finding his past? When did I, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, when did I say this? Where did I ever say that the MC wanting to find out about his past was bad? I don't think those words ever left my mouth. Those words literally never left my mouth. I never once said Rover wanting to find out his past equals bad. You're actually making things up. I never said that. I never said Rover wanting to find out about his past is bad. That literally never left my mouth. You didn't like the amnesia trope? I said it's lazy. I said a character waking up and having amnesia is lazy. Having amnesia is very different to like, oh, I have motivation to find out about my past. That's two separate things. I simply said the amnesia trope is lazy story writing. And it makes Rover's intent lazy. It is. I didn't say it's bad. I said it's lazy, which is true. So do we want to debate about why it's not lazy? I mean, it isn't always a lazy trope. Okay. Why is it a compelling trope then? So what is not a lazy Kickstarter of a story then? Okay, do you want to know? Okay, this is the hot take. Do you want to know why Genshin's MC at the beginning of the game is slightly more compelling than Rover? Because the Genshin MC has a goal initially that comes from his own wants and human emotions, right? I can't remember what just happened to me or where I am, but I need to like find my sister. What does Rover have? Doesn't really have anything, right? He doesn't really have anything. And I feel like they should have written in some more kind of humanity in Rover at the beginning. And it would have helped. It would have helped a lot more. It's a lazy trope doesn't always mean it's bad. Exactly. It's lazy and bad are not really the same thing. Explain why it's lazy. Okay, because suddenly you have a character that doesn't have any intent, any emotion, no backstory, nothing. You know nothing about the character. It's just it's a very convenient way to do whatever. It gives nothing to the actual MC itself, right? That's why it's kind of lazy, because it's just so easy to be like, okay, we won't give them any kind of backstory or really anything yet, no emotions. We'll just say they lost all their powers, they have amnesia. It's just a very common trope, and it is just lazy. It is. Admitting that is fine. There's nothing bad about admitting that. It could be lazy, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it's just lazy. That's all I'm saying. Current Rover I don't think is lazy. Just move on already. I think I'll do what I want, thank you very much. But the setting is fitting, IMO. You have nothing to your name, the world to explore, and nothing to expect. It made Black Shore's impact better that way. That's me, though. Okay. If you enjoy it, I'm happy for you. If you enjoy it, I'm happy for you. That's fine. I'm purely saying, the only thing I'm saying that characters that lost all their powers and have amnesia is just like really tropey, and tropes just tend to be lazy in general. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Rover as a character is bad. I'm not saying Wuthering Waves story is bad. Y'all are taking what I'm saying and putting it to an extreme right now, which is kind of wild.
For the record, I don't have a problem with the unpredictability of Wuthering Waves' overall premise. Some might argue that the traveler obviously can't reunite with their sibling until the—
Does anyone disagree with what I'm saying, by the way? If anyone disagrees with what I'm saying, please feel free to like speak up about it, because like that was my main issue with the 1.3 quest. Rover had like zero expression, zero emotion. He has amnesia. He gets told that there's a woman that wants to be him for the rest of his fucking life and she wants everything, and he shrugs it off. There's no internal conflict with something like that, and I think that could have been a really good opportunity to write more emotional depth into Rover, and they just didn't do it. That's just subjective opinion in the end. Okay, you seem to be like arguing with every single point that I'm saying. I think you're doing it just because you want to disagree with me at this point. You're completely minimizing what I'm saying by saying that's just subjective. Like, you're actually just completely minimizing everything that I'm saying. Does what I'm saying have zero weight? Is it better for Rover to like be expressionless and emotionless? How do I argue with subjective? Okay, in your subjective opinion, do you think it's better that Rover doesn't have an emotional response to Shorekeeper saying that she wants to be with him forever? Do you think in your subjective opinion that is better? Or would it be better for Rover to have some kind of like any kind of response to that? What would you, in your subjective opinion, like more? What do you think is better? Where did you get the conclusion that he didn't respond? Because every time Shorekeeper spoke to Rover, he said nothing. Because literally every time Shorekeeper spoke to Rover, he didn't show any much kind of emotion, didn't really say anything, and had no internal conflict with himself or internal dialogue. That's where I got the conclusion from the game itself. So like, what now? Can you answer the question that I presented to you initially? In your subjective opinion, do you think that is better, that Rover does say nothing and doesn't respond? Okay, then you need to replay the story again, to be honest. I think you do. I'll be real. I think you're the one who's not recalling correctly. I think you were too caught up on looking at Shorekeeper than what Rover was doing. To some degree, but did he respond with any kind of emotion or any kind of internal conflict that a normal person would do? No. Did he literally respond to her in words sometimes? Probably. I think maybe you should replay the story and look at it from Rover's perspective and not self-insert yourself and just look at Shorekeeper's or Boba's. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he got a broke a tear like MC from Rent a Girlfriend. That's the response you want. Okay, so now that's just a non sequitur, or you're straw manning, or you're doing something, right? No, I'm not suggesting that he should shed a tear. I'm expecting him to say something of any kind of emotional weight. By the way, when I say emotion, I'm not saying like crying. I don't think, maybe you're not like emotionally sound or emotionally intelligent that you're thinking emotion means crying. MC has to act this way or else I won't like it. Okay, you are just a retard. Okay, so now I'm finding out you are just actually stupid. Okay, so now you are just stupid. When did I say this? When did I say this? Bro, but yeah, what the fuck? But you are just being a retard. You're just making things up at this point. Holy shit. Yeah, MC, yeah, the problem is the MC isn't acting in any way at all. That's the literal problem.
At this point, they're neutral or friendly to the rover, have no character arcs or development, and have no noteworthy traits or actions that make them memorable, aside from some fan service. Not to mention, it gets...
He's complaining about a character connection but didn't do a single companion quest. Brother, at this point, I think, like, you are just, like, cooked. At this point, I think you are just cooked. You seem to be someone that you just get your talking points from other people and repeat them. You literally just get your talking points from other people and just repeat them and have no, like, free thinking of yourself. Like, you are just, like, actually cooked. You're complaining about everything for the sake of it. Like, you are literally just, like, complaining about everything for the sake of it. You are not being, like, objective at all. You're not seeing either sides of this at all whatsoever. You're just like, no. You're just like, no. Didn't you hear what the guy in the vid said? Yes, he said he didn't have an emotional connection to the characters from the main story. I didn't have an emotional connection with Rosia in the main story, nor really after her companion quest either. I didn't think it was particularly great. So what? I'm sure, Dazai, you have a really, really good, deep personal connection with Brant from the main story, right? I'm sure you really care about him, right? You really, really care about Rosia, right? You must care a lot. Can you tell me 3 qualities about Rosia that you really, really care about and how it was very well written for her in the main story? Can you explain to me? Okay, why is it even unnecessary then? Most people just like a character from their designs. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. So now you're saying, bro, you make no sense. Bro, you are actually fucking holy retard. Oh, you are the biggest retard I have ever seen in my fucking life. First of all, you go, didn't you hear what that guy in the vid said, saying, you know, the guy is complaining that he didn't have an emotional connection to the characters. So you're like, you're getting mad at that. So that you getting mad at him saying that implies that he should feel emotion to the characters, right? He should feel emotion to the characters according to your response. You then go, okay, I just liked it because they look cool. So you don't even care about them being an emotional connection. You don't even care about it. So why are you getting mad at the other dude for not caring about it? Holy shit, you're just like disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing. All you do is parrot other people's talking points. Brother, think for your fucking self. Think for yourself, you fucking retard. Holy shit. You don't need to dive into everything about a character in the main story quest. Okay, but clearly, the only thing you care about is them looking pretty. But you'll still have a go at some other person for not having an emotional connection to the character of the story. Why do you fucking care? You don't give a fuck anyway. You just care if they have big tits or not. You're just arguing for the sake of fucking arguing. You absolute fucking moron. If he wants to feel more emotional connection, companion quest is where he should look. Why? Why? Read before screaming like an idiot? Brother, the only idiot here is you. The only idiot here is you. We are talking about the main story. We are not talking about companion quests. So you think, okay, you think that the main story, the characters should just look pretty and that's it. So according to you, Dazai, the characters should just look pretty, right? Is that what you want from a main story? The characters should just look pretty and we don't have to we don't have to emotionally care about them at all in the main story. The main story of the game, you're saying it's okay not to emotionally care about the characters or form any kind of connection. Can you now respond with some level of intelligence? Some level of intelligence. Look pretty, have a little introduction, that's about it. Okay, so you want a main story full of characters that we shouldn't really give a fuck about apart from looking pretty. And you think that makes for a good main story. Yeah, look pretty and stand there. Yeah, go play fucking Honkai Star Rail. Go play fucking Honkai Star Rail. You cannot dive into every character back in the main story quest. It would be too long. Welcome to the problem of fucking plots in gacha games. Welcome to the fucking issue of gacha games and having fucking story. This is literally the whole problem. This is literally the whole fucking problem. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Yeah, just stand there and look pretty. Then why is he even complaining if that's a WuWa problem, LMAO? Watch the whole video. Because we're allowed to criticize the thing that the problem is involved with. Because it is a problem in WuWa. It affects the story in WuWa, so we could talk about it. No, not my precious Wuthering Waves. Not my precious Wuthering Waves. No, if it happens everywhere, they should just leave WuWa alone. Grr. Leave WuWa alone. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking shit. Whoever said that, you are. You fucking moron. Having an opinion equals shill. Yes, having an opinion makes you a shill when you completely are disagreeing with every single criticism and saying bad things, like objectively bad things about a game or monetization is a good thing. Yes, you do become a shill. Yes. If everything you disagree with always reverts back to, no, it's all fine, they're wrong, WuWa is perfect, yes, you are a shill. Yes. It's not having an opinion is shill. It's the opinions that you are making absolutely makes you a shill. You are defending things that are objectively not good. So we can't disagree with everything because we will be shills. Holy fucking gaslighting. Not gaslighting. Holy fucking straw manning. I never said that. This is literally a straw man. I never said if you disagree, you are a shill. That is a straw man argument. Holy fuck. Actually, you listened to what I'm saying. Yes, you did. That is not... Brother, you could disagree with takes, but if you disagree with everything that always resorts back to, no, WuWa good, that is a shill thing. If what you're disagreeing with reverts back to, oh, because WuWa is good, that is a shill thing to do. That is a shill thing to do. My fucking god, you are actually the biggest fucking moron. Holy goalpost moving because we're progressing in the fucking video. Yes, the goalpost has moved because we're watching more of the fucking video. Holy shit. Holy shit, you're dumb. Holy shit, you're so dumb. Yes, the goalpost moved because now we're watching another part of the video. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Have you forgotten that we're watching a video? Jesus fuck. Oh my god. You must have like a fetish for being humiliated. Like you actually must have a fetish for being humiliated. Fucking everybody is pointing and laughing at you, by the way. Like everyone is pointing and laughing at you and telling you you're a retard and you're having a great time. Like you genuinely must love people like spitting on you, talking shit to you. You're probably getting off to this right now. Like at this point, I don't want to keep bringing you up because you clearly love like just being like humiliated and degraded. Yeah, bro's gotta get off to it. It's crazy. Like I've never seen someone like so fucking up in arms. Oh wow, Echo Chamber hates me. Wow, I'm so sad. Bro, grow up. I think, bud, you are the one that needs to grow up because you clearly have the IQ of a fucking toddler. So maybe try getting some thoughts of your own and think in like any kind of logical reasoning rather than just be like, no, you're just disagreeing with everything for the sake of disagreeing with it. Like you literally like go back on your own points every single fucking time. It's so dumb. Complaining about not having enough character connection in main quests, but also complain about 1.3 quests that did that with Shorekeeper. These are two, like, you cannot even comprehend that these are two different things with two different problems. Like, you are unable to comprehend these are two separate things with two different fucking problems. Like, you can't even comprehend that. And you're like, you're just complaining for the sake of complaining. This is what I'm saying. You literally have shill fucking takes. You are incapable of nuance. It's insane. Having an opinion that conflicted with streamer equals bad guy. No, you are just saying things that don't make sense. Are you that much of a fucking narc that you think yourself so holy and have like, do you honestly think you have the right opinion here? Or that you have the correct take? Or not a bad take, actually, not right opinion. Do you honestly think you don't have a bad take here at all?